Gouda,
Colby,
Monterey,
Feta,
ricotta,
mozzarella,
Parmesan, blue cheese,
cheddar, and these are just a few of many.
So you see, there are many different types of cheese, and we only named a few. Cheese was discovered over 400,000 years ago, and it was more of an observation than a discovery because people weren't trying to invent or find cheese. It was just kind of an observation of what happened to milk over a certain amount of time under certain temperatures.
There are hundreds of different types of cheeses. They mainly come from cows, but they can also come from camel, yak, buffalo, and reindeer. Our personal favorite comes from cows.
Now taking away the types and getting down to the basics, cheese contains a macromolecule known as a protein. A protein is an organic polymer made up of amino acids linked together in a certain way. Take this for example. Let's say that this whole part of this is cheese and this is a protein inside of it. And within this protein are amino acids.
Today we're going to be making vegetarian lasagna, which is the perfect analogy for you. The vegetables, noodles, and sauce can all represent amino acids, while the entire lasagna represents the protein.
Exactly. But Alexis, did you know that each of the amino acids can be bonded?
Brittany, you and McKenna are perfect examples for bonded amino acids.
We are?
So if Brittany and McKenna are each peptides, together they become a dipeptide. This is because of the bond between them is a peptide bond, which is a fancy way scientists like to say that amino acids are bonded together. And when our amino acids are put together in a certain way, we get a protein.
There is one central carbon in an amino acid, and branching from that central carbon, there's another group called the carboxyl group, and another branch is the R group that determines the identity of the amino acid. Without carbon, none of these bonds can be possible. Amino acids are the monomer of proteins, which means a bunch of them make up a protein.
Proteins play such an important role in our everyday lives. They give us energy to move around and get active. But even further down in our cells, they help transport substances, form structures, and even digest our foods.
I know a lot of people are used to the Parmesan that comes in a little shaker can, but there's more to cheese than just the shaker can. Parmesan originated in Parma, Italy, and is traditionally buttery and nutty and grows great with fruit. This particular cheese comes from cows, like this little guy here.
It takes anywhere from 14 months to 4 years for cheese to mature.
OMG!
I know, Nolan, that's a very long time to wait for something so delicious. When talking about mozzarella, there's two ways to go. Fresh mozzarella, which is soft, white, and stored in water, or string mozzarella, which is a pale yellow in color with smooth texture. Either one is delicious and has a delicate milky texture to it and flavor. They're both very hard to resist. But while fresh mozzarella is good with sliced tomatoes or on top of pastas, string mozzarella is better on pizza or melted on sandwiches. It all depends on what you're in the mood for.
Cheddar may come in first, but mozzarella is runner-up when it comes to per capita consumption per year. Cheese lovers spend more than $3 billion on mozzarella every year.
Non-organic foods have a longer shelf life and also have added nutrients and vitamins, but the organic vitamins can be lost because of the long shelf life. Organic foods will have less vitamins and nutrients because natural fruits and vegetables don't normally have them. It's up to you when you're at the store. There are benefits to each kind, so you can't go wrong.
First we put in the oil, and then the onions. Leave the onions in there until they become translucent.
It's been 5 minutes, so we can now add the garlic. And then stir.
Now we're going to add about 10 ounces of spinach. Now that the spinach has been cooking, we're going to put in crushed tomatoes.
Oh, I have to try this here.
Tomato paste.
Now we add sea salt and pepper and basil.
To make our cheese mix, we have to add parsley, egg, and Parmesan cheese.
Remember to soak your lasagna noodles for 20 minutes in water.
Now you need to ladle about 1/3 of the sauce into the bottom of the pan. Next, we're going to put in the lasagna noodles. Okay. Now we're going to put about 1/3 of the mozzarella and just cover it in completely. Mozzarella. And after you finish this, you can repeat the process until all of your ingredients have run out. Okay, now we're going to sprinkle on some remaining Parmesan just over the top. You can stop it.
It's good, guys.